Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you how I made this fun Above the Clouds card. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. To make this card, I'm using the Above the Clouds stamp set and the Hot Air Balloon Punch. Now you can buy these individually or you can save 10% by buying them in a bundle. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how I got started. Okay, I'm going to start by stamping the balloons, and I am first going to do the outline images because I find it a little easier to do a two-step that way with this set. So I've done the first one in Calypso Coral, which I am going to now ink up the solid image, stamp off once, and then come back and line it up and clean it with my chamois quickly. And then the second one I've done in the Gorgeous Grape, so I am going to ink it up, stamp off, bring it back, line up, and stamp down, and that gives me my balloons, and I am ready to punch those out. So I'm going to bring in my balloon punch and punch those two balloons out, lining them up and punching. Now this also has a pennant on the side and the basket. We don't need those right yet, but I'm going to do those next with our crumb cake. Now if you wanted to, you could use this as a mask and put both images on your stamp block, but because I'm changing colors, I find this a little easier to do. So I've done the outline once again in full strength cake, and then for the inside of the basket I've stamped it off. And now I'm ready to punch the basket, so I've simply torn that off my piece of cardstock so I can maneuver it into my punch. And I'm going to punch the first basket and then slide it over. And punch the second basket. There we go. So I've got all my parts. And they're tiny, so no problem. And I'm getting ready to stamp the card front. For the card front, I'm bringing in a piece of 11 by 4 1/4 inch piece of thick Whisper White that I have scored at the 5.5 inch mark. And I am going to take the Let Your Dreams Soar stamp, and I'm going to stamp that down here in the bottom right hand corner using the Gorgeous Grape again. And then I am going to grab my Balmy Blue, and I am going to use that for my clouds. And I'm just using the solid image. Now if you want, you can stamp these off to get different shades, but I'm just doing this full strength here, and I am just scattering my clouds a little bit around the background where I'd like them, leaving a little bit of the white showing so that we have some open sky. And then I'm starting to add my balloons. I am going to start with the Gorgeous Grape, add a little adhesive. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to add one of the little baskets. These are small little pieces, so you could use your take a pick tool to lift this up if you wanted to. I forgot to bring mine over, but it's great for little pieces like this, and I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to flip these two over, and I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to place large ones on the balloon, and then use one of our little minis for the basket so I don't have to cut. And I like to start by adding the balloon first. And I'm overlapping these a bit. And then adding the basket. And last but not least is the embellishment. Okay, I'm going to take a piece of my Whisper White Baker's Twine, and I am going to tie a little bow here. Then adjust it to the size I want and trim. I'm going to take my mini glue dots and simply kiss that bow right to the mini glue dot, lift it up, and kind of pinch to make that glue dot small so it doesn't show, and attach that right there to my balloon. And then I'm going to take a few of our Gingham Gala adhesive back sequins, and I'm going to add, excuse me, I should have brought my take your pick tool, but it's over on my desk, so I'm going to do this like this and add some sequence to it. There we go. It's that quick and easy, so let me show you the original again. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.